Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to another market review. I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and an altcoin. You'll see which one, but I think you can already guess. Traded it this week, so we'll take a look at what positions we're currently in, what I'm looking at going forward, and what my plans are for the coming days to weeks, okay? So let's get straight into the charts, starting off with Bitcoin. Okay, so we've saw quite some downside here. I was initially long, as you guys know, from the sweep here, so from last week. I'm still in that position. My invalidation was at this low right here. Luckily, this wick didn't sweep the low, so I'm still in the position. Okay, I'm slightly underwater on this long. And yeah, I haven't been stopped out yet. So for now, for me personally, I like this structure on the lower time frames. Okay, I like how we dumped and then got a decent bounce and then swept the low once more to then see a decent rally again. Okay, so I think that ranging here and seeing some upside is more likely than just nuking straight to new lows. Okay, with that being said, we don't know. We just made a fairly equal low to the low from back in the beginning of May, so could mean even more liquidity around those lows, so could mean that we still go for it, but I don't see it go for that straight away. Okay, we also made an equal high on the lower time frames, as you can see, these two here, which then likely get run first before going for these lows. Okay, that's my thoughts. Another reason I'm holding this long is because of the look of ETH. So let's take a look. Right, we entered a short on this back here. I said I didn't like the look of this. Okay, we swept this key high, beautiful sweep of the highs, instant break back below. What does that mean? Clean invalidation for shorts. If we would have reclaimed this level, that would have been invalidated, but as long as we stayed below, the invalidation for shorts is clear and the drawn liquidity is to the downside. Okay, so still same thoughts on that one. Let me remove these squiggles. Boom. Okay, and yeah, ETH at the moment looks, in my opinion, looks worse than Bitcoin. We did sweep some local lows here in some very low time frame demand, but I don't like how we swept the highs here on the low time frames as well. So it took the highs into that former consolidation that sent us lower, and we still have this low unswept on Ethereum. Okay, so I think ETH could be going for the next leg lower from here. With that being said, as I said, Bitcoin could go for some highs first, which ETH will at that point do as well. Okay, so what's my plan? To be honest, we're in an area for both Bitcoin and Ethereum where we don't really know if this price action is the consolidation before another leg lower, or if this is the consolidation before a reclaim of our former support, which now got lost. If this is the reclaim that sends us to that liquidity area all the way above here and finally into 28K. Okay, so what do we do when we don't know for sure what's going to happen? Well, just take it easy and stay out. Okay, so I'm still in the long, but I short hedged with Ethereum. So if my Bitcoin long gets stopped out below these lows, my ETH short will be in more profit and hopefully down here as well. So then I'll take some off to cover for those Bitcoin long losses, some already, and hold some in case we cascade much lower, and see from there. Okay, the ultimate target for Ethereum could ultimately be this low down here, in my opinion. Okay, and that's where it gets interesting. That was the sideways price action before the pump, a low right above that area. So if we sweep that low on the weekly and get a decent close, I'll be looking for longs again. But for now, as you can see, we swept last week's high, swept last week's low as well, but still a clean low below that. And in my opinion, the invalidation for shorts at the moment is way cleaner than the validation for longs. Okay, so as long, so this is last week's low, last week's high, as long as we stay below last week's high, I think we go lower on Ethereum. All right, so as I said, for Bitcoin, that will probably decide whether it reclaims this Monday low area, okay, which was former support, which broke to the downside right now. As you can see, we retested it, wicked in there, got rejected, made an equal high, so could still go for another sweep. But ultimately, I think we see a little more downside, but that's why I'm hedged with ETH, okay? And then that altcoin that I was going to talk about, Edu. That's the name. Never heard of this altcoin, to be honest. It's a fairly new one. But yeah, as you guys know, I don't care what the name is or what it does. As long as it has a chart that I can trade, I'll trade it. If the setup's there, I'll take it, okay? What was the setup? As you can see, it was there. The initial stop was below there. And we said liquidity was resting higher. We had highs here, here, and here, okay? Excuse me. Last week's low got swept, last week's high unswept, okay? Important to know, the weekly draw was to the upside, low time frame highs above, okay? Got a decent squeeze here from our entry into OTE. So from the high to the low, look for rejections at OTE. So swept the highs into OTE, lining up with supply, okay? This was the sideways price action that led to all of this downside, so clear resistance around there. That's the reason I closed half already into the sweep at OTE, and I brought my stops towards here, okay? Plan is pretty clear. Basically what you do by taking off half at a certain R is you make the trade risk-free without moving your stops, or with barely moving your stops, okay? I often see people put their trade risk-free by moving their stop to break even, but that's risky, since then you can get stopped out at break even while your trade hasn't been invalidated, okay? Only move your stop when you have a new point of invalidation, right? That's why I like the strategy more, where I just take some off, take some profit, and that's also a way you can make your trade risk-free, okay? So just take some off, trail stops, only if you have a new point of invalidation. So that's what I did. I said I don't want price to go back below this low. This was the clean sweep of low time frame liquidity, as you can see here, boom, into Monday high, right? And into the area that swept last week's low. So I wanted to see this hold, and I still do, okay? We'll take a look at the next couple 4-hour closes, but if we keep rejecting like we're doing right now, I will likely close, okay? Still nicely profited from this, even though the market looks like absolute shit. So that's that, okay? Hope you guys caught some as well. But yeah, let's see. So my general plan for the coming days is basically wait and see what Bitcoin wants to do. If it wants to trade higher, it should reclaim this broken support. At that point, we start looking for low time frame bullish sweeps again, and look for longs and trade it towards last week's Monday high. If not, and we keep rejecting, the chances of us dumping further towards 25k are higher, in my opinion. And at that point, our ETH short will probably do good. Okay, so take it easy. The market isn't going anywhere. If these aren't your market conditions to trade in, simply stay out. Okay, that's the easiest way to see things. Trade whenever you feel comfortable trading. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Make sure you leave a like. I'd appreciate that a lot. Subscribe to my YouTube so you get notified when I upload and go live. We might do another live stream tomorrow morning. I will announce that probably today. So stay tuned, leave a like, leave a comment what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.